this edition of KTN NewsDesk. We're right about the halfway mark of the month of October, and we have prepared quite a bit for you on this bulletin. My name is Edith Kimani.
My name is Bonny Tunya. On the 15th day of October 2013, we have a lot in store for you, including Baraza case. Journalist fights extradition charges on charges of witness tampering.
Also, Chemelil clashes erupt over land row in Chemelil.
And in business, Imarisha Biashara Women Advocacy Group prepares to leverage on new procurement law for women and disabled. Welcome to the program. Journalist Walter Baraza will not be handed over to the International Criminal Court and will continue receiving 24-hour security. This is after High Court Judge Richard Munga ruled that the interim orders be extended. The parties to the case will, however, be back to court on Friday for directions on how the case will proceed. Baraza is wanted by the ICC on accusations of interfering with witness on the ongoing cases against Deputy President William Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang. Right, to bring us a clearer picture of exactly what is happening in regard to that matter, Wilson Mburu has been at the courts. And Wilson, what do we know from that determination, and what was Baraza's plea?
Well, as you've rightfully said, we've been at the High Court in Milimani for the last 1 hour or so. The case actually ended in the last 1 hour or so. And what we know as at now is that Baraza will continue to get state security because the arrest warrant, the judge, Richard Munga, ordered that the interim orders that had been given by Justice George Odunga, that they will stay. Now, Baraza's lawyer, Kibe Mungai, said the arrest warrants should be furnished to Baraza because he has not received them yet. And the judge also ordered that a cabinet secretary in charge of Interior Ministry, Joseph Olelenku, should make a formal application regarding Baraza's arrest, whether Baraza will be arrested. Now, what we also know is that Wilfred Nderito, the post-election violence victims lawyer, and activist Okia Omtata have been enjoined in the case. That's what we know as at now, Bonny.
Wilson, you mentioned that Githu Muigai was representing Baraza. Is it the norm, or what is different here? No.
I said Kibe Mungai. Kibe Mungai, not Githu Muigai.
All right. Also, just for clarification's sake, until when do we have a stay of these orders?
They have not said yet as to when. They've just said that the orders will be extended, but they have also said that a direction on how the case will proceed will be given on Friday at 10.
All right, Wilson Mburu, many thanks for bringing us to speed with what is happening at the courts. What we do know now is that our judge has issued stay orders for journalist Walter Baraza, meaning he still gets 24-hour security and he cannot be handed over to The Hague until that matter is determined on Friday.
Let's shift gears to Meru now, where anxiety gripped residents of that county following reports that an unidentified vehicle was ferrying explosives through Meru town. Now, police in the county launched an operation using sniffer dogs to search vehicles around the town. When the suspected vehicle was eventually located, no explosives were found. Led by Menti North OCPD, the officers searched all vehicles passing through Makutano Junction along the Meru-Nanyuki Highway. The officers assured members of the public that the area was safe and urged the residents to remain vigilant by reporting all suspicious activities.
We are not here to inconvenience road users or wananchi in general, but we are doing it with the purpose of ensuring that Meru Town and Kenya in general is safe. regarding the information that we shall receive, we shall continue doing the exercises randomly and as when we get the information. We are happy for the cooperation of the Wananchi, and as at this moment, I would want to declare that this area is safe. The police are there for you. Call on us, share information with us as quickly as possible so that we are able to move with the time and ensure all is well.
We're just now receiving reports that a man who was a key witness in the election petition case against Musikari Kombo has been torched, and we are now joined by phone by Fred Ontomwa. Fred, we spoke earlier and you said that Francis Ontomwa, and I realized you said that you had just arrived at the witness's house and he was recording a statement with the police officers. Have they been able to establish who is behind this?
Well, good afternoon, Edith.
Good afternoon, Ontomo. Are you able to tell us whether the police have yet determined who is behind the torching of the house?
Yes, we're just arriving at Chebukaka village in Kabuchai constituency. We have the house of the George Sitati, who is a key witness of Musikari Kombo.
Yes.
The house was torched at around 10 p.m. last night. And the report that we are getting that police have been around here here in the morning, and they've gathered some information. And currently, the man at the center of it all, that is George Sitati, who is, as indicated earlier, a key witness in the Musikari Kombo case, is currently recording a statement at Bungoma County CID headquarters.
All right. Now, I know the witness has himself linked this with perhaps his being a witness at the case. And have you spoken to Musikari Kombo about this to know what his reaction is?
Yes, we did. In the morning, we managed to talk to Kombo and asking him the questions regarding all these affairs. And what we are getting from him is that he's suspecting that there are people out hell-bent, of course, to frustrate his political ambition. And they could be the same people who are also perhaps sending people here to do this torching. And what we also gathered from Kombo is that it indicates that his own life is in danger.
All right. He did say that his life is in danger, and of course this comes after his lawyer died in mysterious circumstances. Have the police gotten to the bottom of that case, and have they linked it in any way, shape or form to what has happened recently?
We try to talk to security officers, and what they are saying that they are still investigating the death of Wanyama Wanyoni, the lawyer to Musikari Kombo. And we have also managed to talk to a number of people, activists, who are saying that this is all the question of insecurity rocking Bungoma, and it should be investigated thoroughly by security officers.
All right, thank you very much, Francis Ontomwa. He is right at the house of the person who acted as a key witness in the case, in the petition case of Musikari Kombo, and he says that police are currently investigating that issue, not linking it in any way right now to any political activities in that area.
Right, moving on, tensions between villagers of Nandi County and their neighbors of Kisumu County in Chemelil boiled over yesterday as a tussle over land resulted in the death of a businessman. The controversial land that is associated with retired Judge Effie Awor is once again in the news after encroachers repulsed a team of security officers who are seeking to evict them and in the process stole a firearm. Our Nyanza Best reporter Fred Omulo brings us that story.
Barely 2 weeks after a police officer was severely injured while repulsing encroachers on this land, Chemelil is back in the news. Yesterday, a farmer who leased a portion of the land came to inspect his cane and found herders feeding their cattle on his produce. Hostilities erupted, and when the police came to rescue him, his brother Naman, who was with them and runs a restaurant in Kisumu, was shot and killed with poisoned arrows while the police lost a firearm. Kisumu County Commander Daniel Ngetich says the police have not yet arrested any suspects and investigations are ongoing. Kisumu Governor Jack Ranguma and a team of departmental heads are currently headed to the scene to quell the tensions between the two communities. The county's borders with Kericho and Nandi have been restive ever since the March 4th elections, as cattle rustling and land disputes re-emerge after festering for several months. For KTN NewsDesk, I am Fred Omulo.
Right, next we stop in central Kenya. Plans are underway to turn Nyeri town into a 24-hour economy, being the capital city of the county.
A 24-hour operating system will boost the economy of the area that mainly depends on agriculture, such as tea and coffee and dairy farming, of course, for sustenance.
Now, speaking during the celebrations in Nyeri town to mark the Kenya Revenue Week, representatives of the county assembly led by Chief of Staff and County Commissioner Michael Mwangi said that different counties in Kenya should be self-reliant so as to boost the funds gotten from the central government.
As a first step towards this, we are in the process of taking the first baby steps of turning the Nyeri town, which is the county headquarters, into a 24-hour economy. And we will be knocking on your doors as we seek to find our path.
Kumbuka wakati donors walikataa kupatia sisi usaidizi kutoka nje, hii nchi iliumia kiasi ambapo miradi yetu ya serikali mingi ilikwama. Na ninasema hivi nikikumbuka ya kwamba hata wakati huo services nyingi za serikali haikuwa funded kwa sababu tulikuwa hatuna pesa za kutosha. Kwa hivyo langu tu ni kuhimiza yale imeendetwa ya kwamba lazima tulipe ushuru ili tuweze kujitegemea.
Multinational companies and sawmillers harvesting trees in Elgeyo Marakwet County have been given a 2-day ultimatum to clear the trees from the forest before a ban is imposed.
The Elgeyo Marakwet County Governor Engineer Alex Tolgos says harvesting in all the forests in the county shall be banned until a meeting bringing together all the county leadership and their stakeholders is convened to chart the way forward.
Mercy Kandie has the details of that report.
The felling of these indigenous trees in Elgeyo Marakwet County does not translate into any revenue for the county. What it does, the county government says, is destroy the forest cover by national sawmillers without reforestation. Part of the reason that led the Elgeyo Marakwet County Governor, Engineer Alex Tolgos, to stop logging within the county.
We are giving KFS 2 days so that the sawmillers can be able to clear what they have in the ground, and then from then we shall now decide.
Area Governor, while issuing the executive order, said that a lot of forests have been wantonly destroyed without institution of proper mechanism to rehabilitate the harvested areas. The county leadership found fault in the way the Kenya Forest Service was handling forests within Elgeyo Marakwet, pointing an accusing finger at national milling companies.
All the allocations are done in Nairobi, and the local community are not getting anything out of this resource. We are also concerned as a county because we are not getting anything on revenue, and we know that each county should get at least 15% of the revenue from the resources in the county. So we want to stop logging in all our forests in the county until we negotiate with KFS on how we'll be engaging in the future.
Hata mzungu alisema ya kwamba scratch my back, I scratch yours. Sasa KFS wanataka tu scratch tu, tusaidie ku scratch their backs. Na hataki wakati tuko na shida, hawataki ku scratch yetu. Sasa tunasema tusaidiane namna hiyo.
The governor held a baraza with communities from Sabor, Kaptagat and Benon Forest to look into ways of preserving the forests. The Elgeyo Marakwet County government will in the next 2 days deliberate on methods of earning revenue from the forests while at the same time conserving the trees. Charcoal and firewood are the primary fuel being used by a majority of residents in and around the region. The latest directive comes days after the residents in the county angrily protested about the damage on the roads caused by the heavy trucks ferrying the trees from the forest. Mercy Kandie, KTN, Elgeyo Marakwet County.
53 legal immigrants of suspected Ethiopian descent are currently held at the Archers Police Station that is in Samburu County, awaiting to be taken to Isiolo Court to answer charges of being in the country illegally. The Ethiopians were arrested at the Losesia in Samburu East on their way to Nairobi. The police, together with officers from Samburu East District, impounded 2 pickups which were ferrying the aliens after a tip-off from members of the public. After investigations, they were found not to have any valid documents. Samburu County Commissioner Wilfred Nyagwaga said the 53 will be charged for being in the country illegally.
Uncertainty marked the beginning of celebrations of Eid al-Adha as a section of Muslims observed their prayers while others stayed away. Masjid Kulthum was one of the venues in Mombasa where a section of Muslims observed Eid al-Adha. Those who marked the celebrations today went with the sighting of the new moon in Saudi Arabia, while those who stayed stuck with the advice of the Chief Qadi, who announced that Wednesday would mark the Eid celebrations. Now, according to the Chief Qadi, the hadith of Prophet Muhammad offers flexibility based on how the day should be marked, and it is these variations that have caused different timings. But now, the Qadi feels time may be ripe for a unified announcement by one person in the country. He is now proposing his authority be entrenched as law.
The coming generation from these arguments, they are legal arguments, they are good, but the other way around, I mean, it is bad because people, they think that, I mean, Muslims are divided. Some of them celebrate on Monday, some on Wednesday, and some will celebrate on Tuesday.
Ikiwa wewe utachukulia kwamba siku inaanza saa 6 usiku midnight, basi unaleta matatizo katika hisabu hii ya siku, kwa sababu ikiwa nasema leo ni Jumanne mpaka saa 6 usiku ni Jumanne, alafu saa 6 usiku baada saa 6 ni Jumatano inaanza. Usiku moja inakuwa na siku mbili. Ina Jumanne na Jumatano. Kiislamu sivyo.
Na tunasema Waislamu washerekee Idi kwa njia ya amani. Na tofauti zilizoko ambao wameswali leo watakuwa swali kesho, haina haja ya sisi kuzozana.
Well, we're taking a short commercial break, and when we come back, CAS preparation marathons are heating up.
Right, also I'll be speaking to Dan Kazungu, who's a member of the Parliamentary Committee on Integration, on the hurdles to the East African integration.